Hello and welcome to Backlash. It's a stacked card tonight, 5 championships and 1 feud to settle. Some of those championships do include feuds as well. Not mutually exclusive. We start though with the Women's World Championship match between Rhea Ripley and the current holder, Bianca Belair. Yes, Rhea of course looking to reclaim the title she held at the start of the year, as she lost to Bianca. Or to Io Sky first, and then Io lost it to Bianca. But of course, Rhea believes that Bianca cost her that title in the first place by means of distraction. So this is all about reclaiming what she believes is rightfully hers all along. As for the other side of things, the self-proclaimed EST of WWE. Unfortunately, you can spell Backlash without EST. Nonetheless, she is here. Bianca Belair. Already fought off the rematch from Io Sky, of course, to maintain the hold of this title that she won at WrestleMania. Just a note, in world, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair was a one-on-one. WrestleMania looks like is hurtling towards... We don't know what we're going to get, actually, because of the special guest referee match that's about to happen in real life. But obviously I had to set the wheels in motion with the match between Io Sky and Belair at the time of writing this storyline. So, might be a bit alternative universe. We don't know. Like I say, my storylines were effectively set in stone about 2 weeks ago in real life. There was a certain amount of wiggle room, but things like title chances, no. So in this universe, it was Io versus Bianca. In this universe, because it'll be relevant later on, Gunther still holds the World Heavyweight Championship, and I'm pretty certain with all the woe is me Jey Uso stuff that Jey's actually going to pull off a surprise there. Now. So. And frankly, with John Cena going, I'm going to ruin wrestling, it's more likely that Cody's going to retain. So, but in this universe, it's Bianca, it's Gunther, it's still John Cena. All 3 of them in play today. Bianca versus Rhea. Rhea with the early momentum. Straight off the back here, despite the crowd seemingly backing Bianca. Someone in the front crowd with a sign saying, I can't see. I suggest going to the opticians. Still, Rhea on top early on. Bianca, however, trying to reassert a bit of control in this match, but not getting it. Slamming her down. It's quite the jump. She did get that off. Just the way that Rhea bounced off there, I thought she might have got the knee. But referee gets in the way of whatever Rhea was planning there, trying to run to the top left. Which is just given, well, I was about to say, given Bianca the window opportunity. No, it doesn't. As Rhea takes Bianca out outside the ring. As the countouts begin, I'll just say this real quick. Ah, that's gonna hurt. That's not what I wanted to say. Slider tweaks have happened since the last SmackDown, by the way. I kind of reviewed a couple of things, looked at a couple of people's suggestions for sliders, and made tweaks accordingly. I think there was a couple of things in there that were contributing to those ringside countouts, outside of the ring countouts. There was a third one you never saw because they kind of got stuck on the steel steps and it was way too buggy to be a legitimate out of the ring countout really than anything else. But so I had to redo that match. You never saw that one. So it actually happened 3 times. They got stuck. But never mind. Anyway, I should start commentating again because it looks like Bianca's got things back in her side, momentum-wise. Working that leg. I mean, Rhea not realistically that long back from being on crutches. In universe, actually, yeah, probably a bit longer thinking about it, but we're another couple of months down the line here. Bianca trying to line something up. Rhea tries to call out the way. Bianca's not having that. So, Rhea, stay down. Seemingly the message. I believe that was a standing moonsault. Ref in the way. Rhea kicks out. Quick pin, or cheap pin, I should say, maybe. Bianca kicks out of that quite easily and goes for her own. Gets to a 2 count. That was a bit closer to retaining. We all saw that, right? Or didn't see that, right? That just completely glitched out a bit there, didn't it? But nobody at home. And working that limb. As a result. Chop, kick, kick, kick. But it's Rhea's turn to roll out the ring. Bianca tries to follow, but they can't seem to work out who wants to stay in and who wants to stay out. Both eager to end the other right now. Oof. Bianca gets countered. Rhea. Ready for the riptide. And, well, rolling that fajita, or whatever the meme is. Is she about to deliver a second? She is. Goes for the same pin. Oh, so close to announcing a new Women's World Champion. Or returning Women's World Champion. And Rhea. Well, Bianca's hurt herself in the process, but delivers a huge boot to Rhea's face. Bianca's up. That's good to see. Thought she maybe hurt something there. So a bit strange to see otherwise. Oh. Caught the ring corner with her leg on the way down there. If Rhea could stop kind of crawling away when Bianca's trying to position her for something, I think Bianca would be much happier with that. Delaying this. Delaying this. Before finally dropping Rhea. And well, how would you like a boot to the face, Bianca? Rhea gets one back there. Bianca confuses Rhea there, I think, by rolling out the ring. Ringside countout will not work to Rhea's advantage here. Working. Oof. And slamming. Rhea. Actually, bringing her back into the ring. Bianca didn't need to do that. Cuts the referee off mid-number there. Like he was about to deliver a 6, was he? Not quite sure what we were up to there. What are you waiting for, Bianca? Go for it. I mean, still got it off somehow. Oh, she's been on the receiving end of 2. I think maybe it's might have got a riptide on the outside as well. But Bianca delivers the KOD. The split second, maybe to roll Rhea over there. Might have made the difference. Kicks out of one KOD. A little bit harder to kick out of two, I'd imagine. But again, it's just that effort of rolling Rhea over. And Belair retains. Still, Women's World Champion. Bianca Belair. Once again proving she is indeed the EST of WWE. What an effort that was, though. You can see the effort. We move on to the Men's Intercontinental Championship match between Bron Breakker and Dominik Mysterio. A genuine, legitimate chance for Dom to win a title. I believe we'll get a full Judgment Day introduction here, but he'll only be supported ringside by Liv Morgan once they sod off. I can't really do much about the introduction because in universe, of course, it's Dom that's leading the Judgment Day right now. Finn taking the backseat after failing to capture Bron Breakker's Intercontinental Championship. Now Dom has that very same chance. It was Dom who earned Finn that opportunity. Liv wearing tag team gold still, of course. But not only is there a title on the line for Dom here, as a potential new member of the Judgment Day, which, of course, for practical purposes, is even more impossible to sort out because you can't even get Raquel into this entrance. Poor Liv and Raquel have to go for a default Titantron whenever they appear as women's tag team champions. So, yeah, the whole retinue in the intro. It will just be Liv once things get underway. But he could bring Intercontinental title to the Judgment Day, bringing that up to 3 members, 50%. But the no-nonsense Bron Breakker here. Slightly weird voice clipping there. Bron did warn a couple of weeks ago, of course, that it didn't matter really who he faced in this match, no matter who the #1 contender was, out of that little championship that Adam Pearce put on to find a worthy competitor for Bron Breakker. That tournament ended up with Dominik Mysterio, somehow, on top, so we'll see if he's actually worthy. But yeah, Bron did threaten, no matter who came out on top, he'd be putting them down. The challenger is indeed Dirty Dominik Mysterio. Unbelievably, it is him. The incumbent, the indomitable Bron Breakker. Badass. Badass indeed. Putting his Intercontinental title on the line here at Backlash. There we go. To be honest, you ought to do that after the match just to make sure you've not been replaced with a counterfeit one based on the people involved in this match. And match 2. Okay, apparently there's one of those self-promos still kicking around for this one. I do apologise for that. I've worked out how to sort of work around those going forward. You won't be seeing any of them from now on. There might be one for Jade still later in. I can't remember. Oh no, that was put in her normal match, so this might be the only one left. God, hope to God it is. Bron. Oh, Dom. I was going to say, we're all on top early on here, but Dom's actually got him. Still got him, somehow. I'm not sure that might have been wise, Dom, letting him go. Should have let that run as long as he possibly could. Rope break here, Dom. Rope break, come on. Apparently, Bron said this match by submission. Liv! DQ. You can't risk a DQ here, Liv. Although it has distracted the ref at least. Dom needs to win this one legitimately. Probably. Also, just to, again, shop talk. Dear 2K, please allow us to have rivalry actions in PLEs. Because yes, I may have set up some shenanigans maybe. For this one. Gone for the springboard moonsault. And an elbow off the... Dom, surprisingly. I'll be honest again. As well, 2K. You have made Bron look a little bit terrified. Countdown doesn't help you, Dom, though. You're on a 5, Dom. That's a 6, Dom. Get him in the ring, Dom. Get him in the ring, Dom. Get him in the ring. Get him in the ring. That's reset though, thankfully, somehow. Apparently Liv's allowed to do that at least. Liv maybe needs to teach Dom a thing or two about how to win a championship. Because Count Out wouldn't have done that. I'm trying to work out if the crowd know who to cheer for here. I think maybe in the absence of a true face. Ooh. Well, Bron's got away without gloating just about there. But he's taken him... Sorry, did Dom counter there or did Bron just take himself out? Springboard moonsault again. Ah, well, he's taken us to the corner. Are we about to see? We are. The frog splash. And the pin is there. Bron kicks out. I don't know where Dom thinks he's going there. Ah, that's where he's going. Fight forever. We've got 4 more matches to get through, crowd. Oh, Dom manages to counter. Bron managed to counter back, though. Spear! And the pin attempt. This is not a submission, Bron, but necessarily has a submission in his usual repertoire. It's an attempt. Oh, I was about to call that. Bron just kicked out a 2 and change. Blimey, that could not have been really any closer. Bron's going back though. Using the ropes to his advantage, Dom kicks out. This is honestly a much tighter affair than I was anticipating. And Dom's making Bron bleed. Who saw that one coming? Is Dom bleeding too? Oh, delivers the kick. Bron still has enough. Dom can't believe it. I mean, I can't believe it's got this far in total. I think he might be off to splash once again. He is. Go for the cover. Dom is bleeding too. They're both bleeding. And your new Intercontinental Champion. And he doesn't even get to celebrate by himself, apparently. He's bleeding, though. At least they carried that over to this. We actually alternate between women's and men's action tonight. As we move over to the WWE Women's Championship match. It's two old foes, I guess. Frenemies. The Unstoppable Force. Once mental. Betrayed by Tiffany, of course. For Tiffany to win that title in the first place. So a lot of the fury here comes from that. And then the rest of it comes from failing to reacquire said title at every opportunity since. Here's another. Frankly, once you fail this time, Nia, let it go. Well, if she fails this time. But we've got to Backlash. And it remains Tiffy time. She still wears that belt around her waist. I genuinely feel like that doesn't need to happen anymore. That camouflage thing. I'm not going crazy. It's not just me, is it? But it is Tiffany Stratton. And she is still WWE Women's Champion. Yeah. I'll try and cut as much of that out as I can. Flash warning, I guess. Strobe light warning. WWE Women's Championship on the line. Here, well, it says Backlash French, but it'd be Backlash St. Louis, I think, is where they're holding it in real life. The challenger, indeed, Nia Jax. Again, there was a kid in the crowd I noticed earlier wearing a Nia Jax shirt. Each to their own. The reigning champion, Tiffany Stratton. Someone back there with a Charlotte Flair shirt, I'm pretty certain. Of course, Nia beat Charlotte Flair to earn this opportunity. I would desperately want to see the Nia Jax kids there, right behind her. Blinking, you miss him. I think we may have accidentally used the same ref in every single match, so, but never mind. It's the learning curve. I'm getting there. This match gets underway. Tiffy, well, surprisingly on top a little bit, but just angering the beast. Into the corner Tiffany goes. Not a great place to be when you're against Nia Jax. We've had this matchup a couple of times this year already. Tiffany knows not to get caught in the corner. Heck of a lot of pain just coming in. Early on. Tiffany manages to counter that though. And that too. Knocks the giant off at her knees. And then hurts said knee. That's quite a boot, really, that. Oh, nobody home, though, for the moonsault. Tiffany has the opportunity for a ring break there. Just goes for the kick out. Takes a boot to the face for her troubles, though. Ooh, I felt that maybe could have been actually more dangerous than it was. I thought she was about to get a mat to the face like Bianca, but still hurts, I imagine. Oh, Tiffany going for a submission there. That not the greatest idea. It's turned into a cover of Nia's. And maybe a submission of her own. Nope. Elbow drop though. Nia seemingly just playing with her food at this point. And just showing off the WWE Women's Champion to the crowd. Tiffy needs to get some momentum and quick. Well, she's counted the submission at least. Breathing room at last, perhaps. Nia dodges the boot and delivers one of her own instead. Positioning her in the middle of the ring almost. That's a bit strange, but... going for the leg drop. And Tiffany, maybe stay down. Although, no. I thought she may have just broken the hold there for a second, but... Tiffany breaks out. Kicks out. Seriously, Tiffany, you need to get things moving a little bit here. Elbow. Boot. Finally, Tiffany. Guess things moving in her direction a little bit more. That's a bit more like it from the WWE Women's World Champion. Showing us what she's made of and how she's retained this title. Several times already. A couple of times from Nia herself. Frankly, if Tiffy does retain, she'd be very much welcome in maybe defending against somebody else that isn't Nia or Charlotte. Well, after this set of trading blows, the prettiest moonsault ever might not be that pretty. Both faces still intact though this time. Unlike Bron and Dom. Neither lady bleeding yet. Oh, although Nia actually, maybe. Just caught a glimpse. And it's Tiffany who comes to her senses first after that. Only a 1 count though. Opportunistic more than anything, I suspect. Goes flying out to... wow, ow. I think she hurt herself a little bit. Nia back to her feet quickly though. And there's Tiffany face first on the ground outside the ring. Both women giving it their all on the outside here. Champion's advantage here. This works in Tiffy's favour. But she's first to her feet anyway. Working Nia's leg while she's out here. Oof, slamming Nia's head down. I don't know what she's gearing up for here, but she's got to do it quickly. And Nia's out cold. Well, that's one way to retain, anyway. Tiffany Stratton is still your WWE Women's World Champion. Combined both titles there by accident, that's my bad. WWE Women's Champion, of course. But the 4th title match in a row sees Sami Zayn take on current World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther. Anyone just enjoy Sami Zayn purely because his intro is just so unlike anyone else's? It's just joy. In a sea of serious, moody and angry entrances. That's probably why Jey Uso's so over at the moment as well. Massive crowd pleasers. But Sami Zayn, of course. 2nd match back after what happened with the Elimination Chamber. 1st match back being the Triple Threat #1 contender match that got him here. Gunther has already warned Sami that he's not going to enjoy this because he doesn't believe Sami to be 100% and has rushed himself back into in-ring action. More to just prove a point to himself than anything else. Also, yeah, I realise why Gunther didn't really fight back in that promo. I've worked that one out now. Promo should be better going forward. I realise my mistake. But here he is. The Ring of General. World Heavyweight Champion. Sorry, that crowd shot was totally out of place. Thank you to the t-shirts of the chap outside. Chap, it might be a lady actually, can't quite tell. The person outside, show up and win. Solid advice for anyone, if they needed it. But Gunther defends his World Heavyweight Championship again. Crowd already seemingly behind Sami though. World Heavyweight Championship is on the line here, right and now. It's a tall ask for Sami. It's a tall ask for 100% Sami. But nonetheless, Sami is the challenger here. Frankly, just happy to be involved in a match that doesn't involve weapons and tables and things. He took a fair few whacks in that triple threat in the first place. But the holder, Gunther, ready to defend once again to continue this impressive title reign. This isn't really much of an either-or. This is very much Gunther's to lose, seemingly. And already, I mean, sign of the back saying Sami can't be stopped. He's been stopped immediately. Oh no, maybe not. Just maybe lulling Gunther into an early false sense of security. Never mind. Never mind again. Both of them getting out of each other's way quite admirably. But Gunther now, finally, getting a bit of momentum on his side. Leaping over Sami. Oh, Sami catches him. But Gunther still caught him anyway. Gunther joins him on the outside of the ring edge anyway. Ah! Sami's back can't be great already. But Sami throws Gunther into the steel steps. Gunther already knowing where to hurt Sami though. As they've only just put that prime bottle stand back together again. Gentleman there in the crowd right next to the... There's going to get a great view of the man on his shirt. Nonetheless, Sami knows the rules here, unlike Nia, apparently. Needs to get Gunther in the ring. Two big boots. And already, look at Sami. Welts on the back, welts on the front. Just managed to counter that and get a pin on, but barely a one. Gunther steps out, but comes straight back in again, just to receive that. I'll be honest, if 2K can actually work things out a little bit, just to have the AI understand when they're meant to be in and when they're meant to be out the ring, that little bit more. That kind of... A couple of times it's happened in this PLE as well. They kind of stepped out, stepped back in again immediately. For like seemingly no reason whatsoever. But Gunther re-establishing maybe a bit of control on this match again. Delivering those deadly chops. But that advantage only temporary. But he's got him now. Into the hold. Sami. I mean, technically that's a rope break. I don't know. Although that might have been a counter technically. Sami, stay down, Sami, stay down. Oh no. We're delivering the powerbomb. Sami does kick out. Gunther takes to try and drop a knee. Only gets 2 feet, kind of almost to his knee in return. Can Sami return the favour from earlier? He can, even if we didn't get a great shot of it. The Gunther just planted his face into the ground nonetheless. The front of Sami though. Look where those chops come in. That is brutal. Does anyone have a more brutal chop than Gunther? I'm not sure there is. Sami counters. Back on top on the ring. On the rings. On the ropes. He's got his leg. He needed to disable his hands. Well, Gunther is one of the people he needed to disable the hands of. He delivers a hoover kick though. That's going to hurt Gunther. Not enough. It's got to be slightly disconcerting though if you drop a hoover kick like that and it still kicks out. He's got Gunther back on the mat. Ready to deliver a bomb of his own. And he kicks out again. Onto the ropes. Another big kick. If Gunther kicks out of this, he's got to be wondering what he's got to do. Gunther bleeding. I think maybe a bit surprised by what he's seeing here. He wasn't expecting this kind of showing from Sami, perhaps. It's got him again. Going to the ropes again. This time, nobody home. Gunther wise to it. Off the ropes he goes. And Gunther now fired up. That's not what you want to see. It's quite a distance for Gunther to make. I would have barely made it had Sami not got out of the way. But baits Sami into that seemingly. And now he is Gunther's plaything. Off the turnbuckle. He wants Sami on his feet, seemingly. Ah, yes, well, if you're going to repeatedly deliver one big boot to Gunther's face, he's going to deliver 2 big boots to your face instead. Anything you could do, I could do better, apparently. And now just wearing Sami down. How do you like that boot? Very boot heavy match this, isn't it? But it's Gunther's big powerbomb. And that's enough. Put Sami away for now, at least. Gunther retains. I think realistically though, Sami's proved that maybe he was actually ring ready after all.
Maybe not quite
100%, but damn near close. A lot closer than Gunther was anticipating. He knows he's been in the match, that's for sure. And if this next one doesn't lead to blood, I'll be very surprised. As these two settle their score for good, perhaps? One can hope, perhaps, maybe. Naomi is in for a world of pain. As Jade Cargill and she enter a steel cage. But Jade makes her way into the ring. This course justified, let's be honest, feud has been going on for a while. Of course, in-game right now, we're in mid-May. A couple of months down the line. This feud, I imagine, in real life will come to a head in WrestleMania. But whatever happened at WrestleMania was not satisfactory for Jade. She wants to put Naomi out for good. Or at least longer than Jade was put out by Naomi. And Naomi receiving the boo she rightly deserves now. Can't do anything about her time trial, unfortunately, but... or entrance, for that matter. As a whole. Fully expected to get a brand new one. Just to mess with 2K. More than... 2K comes out, there's immediately two massive heel turns, essentially. Gotta keep them on their toes. But caution indeed. There won't be much caution inside a steel cage though, Naomi. Undeterred by the booing, just continues on. As if nothing is any different. Boo. I'll join in, why not? Everyone else is. Alright then, things get underway here. And Jade doesn't go for the quick attack. Instead, yeah, I think everyone involved in that was trying to work out if that was a pin or not. It happened so quickly. But Jade starts to put some pain on the table. Well, no actual table, you know what I mean. But this whole thing is basically Jade's retribution. She needs to make Naomi pay, and seemingly, finally, getting somewhere with that. Just making sure the chain link's okay, I guess. Naomi wildly missing that. Naomi, she's on the top, Naomi. Like, I'm not rooting for you here, Naomi, but come on. You're better than that, at least. Why does she get Jade back down? I don't know what she was trying to escape for. Gets a face full of chain link. And... where's Naomi going? Being very picky with which arm she wanted to grab for that, for some reason. Crowd very animated for this one. Then we goes for a cheap pin, basically a rope break, but... wow, Jade with the power. Breaks out of that. No actual pins involved. Really? Oh, coming to a count, I mean. A big bump kick to the face there, blimey. Why did you get up, Jade? That's a crying shame. Anyway, now. Count of one. Still plenty to go in this one, it seems like. Well, cheap shots eliciting massive boos from the crowd. Naomi seemingly public enemy number one. Just catch Jade there. That felt like it was leading to something a little bit more than that. But Jade manages to reverse and get a bit of control back. And a series of attacks. Trying to drag Naomi into the middle? Naomi writhing and didn't quite work as Jade expected, I don't think that. Coward's way out, Naomi? Or just telling Jade that she can leave if she wants. She's not leaving. Sorry, is Nia Valkyria in the house? I think even Jade was confused. Naomi was confused there. By the high-pitched wooing in the background. As right by the potential exit, these two come to trade blows. Naomi taunting Jade, that's not something you want to be doing. I was trying to see if Naomi was bleeding there. I don't think so, maybe. Getting all wrapped around and trying to pin. Countered. Oh, Jade's got Naomi now, though. Oh, she doesn't. It's a punch, but then an elbow in return. It's just the distance there, Jade. You were a lot further away than you thought she was. We've got hold of Naomi now. Or very much got hold of Naomi now. Goes for the chokeslam. And goes to try to exit. I don't think that's going to help. Naomi's, on her feet, but taking a breather, apparently. Naomi's got a lot to do to stop. I mean, those bars are. Well, maybe she didn't quite live up to her pre-match promise, but chokeslams Naomi out. And leaves Naomi inside the cage. It is a victory, but maybe not as much punishment as she wanted. Welcome to today's main event. CM Punk, the challenger, going for John Cena's, as it is here, Undisputed WWE Championship. He's not run off with it, as he's threatened to in real life. Which, as I said earlier, makes me pretty certain he's not going to get hold of it in the first place now. Unless something drastically changes in the next 3 weeks. But there's the crowd, you can hear them. The voice of the voiceless, ironically shouting and making absolutely no noise whatsoever there. Makes his way to the ring. It's a CM Punk largely on behalf of Cody Rhodes, of course, who is still out of action. But Punk came to SmackDown to organise an effort to get that title, but just gets a shot on his own first. Unfortunately, I did download a heel John Cena, but I think it created a completely separate John Cena because he wasn't under his old attire. So I'm not willing necessarily just to, talk shop again. I'm not willing to risk a completely separate John Cena just in case there's some errors with movesets or whatever. In case I don't know how that necessarily works, if they have to build him up from scratch or not, in that sense, but I will only ever rely on old attire for actual wrestlers. So I was hoping to have him in his Brussels red at least. But no, alas. Also, of course, his entrance will be stuck as well, the same way Naomi's is. Nothing you can do about that. Can't have solemn, somber, annoyed John Cena come in. Trying to work out which... They are showing Cena, aren't they? But it could easily be CM Punk. It's like one of those... It's like the white and gold, blue and black dress thing all over again. Or what was the other one? There was one that was... There was an audible one, wasn't there? Where people were hearing two different things. What was that one? CM Punk the challenger, though. John Cena booed. I mean, he doesn't look happy, in fairness. Which, at least, they got that bit right. The title held aloft. Someone in the crowd had a Shotzi Blackheart shirt. That's a... I mean, she's on NXT, but that's a deep cut for a PLE. Punk with the early momentum. Takes it to John straight away. Leaping. Bringing John back down again. What was the point of even beckoning him up if you're just going to take him back down again? Trying to get John to tap out. I mean, that would be quite something. Nowhere near, though. Nowhere near. Caught in a jump cut of animation there. That's the game, not me. Punk telling Cena where to hit him, and he doesn't. Absolutely baited him into that one. Goes for the early pin. That's a 2, and Punk's already ready. Not going to get a GTS off straight away there, but simply that penitent in retaliation was more hope than anything from John. Desperation, perhaps. Now it's Punk's turn to take a bit of punishment. I mean, we know what's about to come here. 5 knuckle shuffle. They'll take a bit more than that. Oh, rope break. They actually have rope breaks. I generally wasn't sure that the AI would rope break. Sorry, I'm just breaking commentary mood here to be astounded. I didn't think they did it of their own accord. I don't think I've actually seen anyone manually do that. Oh, doesn't go for the... I was all prepared to shout, go to sleep, the GTS, but... Flying elbow from John. This time he lifts him up, and is it this time? It is. Into the pin. John kicks out. Punk enraged. What is the crowd shouting there? They really need to turn up the clarity. Like, occasionally you get one random crowd member shout something really clearly. But when it's crowd shouts like that, half the time I don't even know what they're shouting. I managed to pass "This is Wrestling" whenever they do that one now. And this is awesome. It's usually quite clear. He's got him. It's the attitude adjustment. John seemingly absolutely winded by that effort, though. 2.99. Fully prepared to say, and still. Going for another, though. Punk counters. Ref. Okay, that's all right there. Oh. You all right there, CM? Attitude adjustment, but clearly adjusted his vision. Where are we going, John? Oh, Punk's got him. Caught him unawares. To the rope, Punk goes. But caught by Cena. Slammed into the mat, but Punk will kick out. I'll tell you what, as well, I'm just going to break commentary mode real briefly. There's flaws with 2K. Oh, he's tapped out. I didn't see that coming. I don't think anyone saw him tapping out. I was going to say how authentic the kickouts are for each respective wrestler. And still, he's caught me off guard there. Just like Elimination Chamber, John Cena makes CM Punk submit. And there we have it, a shock, surprise, and not necessarily a shock outcome, perhaps. Two very evenly matched competitors, but a surprise end to the championship match between CM Punk and John Cena. We'll return, of course, for Raw. But for now, 4 retain, 1 change. Dominik Mysterio, Intercontinental Champion. The rest stay with their owners. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Do like, comment, subscribe. Until then, ta-ra.